Hello, this is LWTMS, and today we're starting our new Final Fantasy LP. This is the NES version, English, obviously. This is kind of the backstory here. We have the world is veiled in darkness, the wind stops, the sea is wild, and the earth begins to rot. The people wait, their only hope, a prophecy. When the world is in darkness, 4 warriors will come. After a long journey, 4 young warriors arrive, each holding an orb. Now, I have done some research on this game. I don't necessarily know what the orb represents. I kind of think it's like the crystal, in a way. You know, it was orbs in this game. From here on out, it's been crystals. Anyway, right now I'm going to explain the class system. The respawn rate, 8 is the fastest, 1 is the slowest, I believe. That affects, like, battle speed, message speed. I want to start a new game here. So for the classes, we have the fighter. Basically, highest physical damage, high HP, can equip the wide array of weapons and armor. So that's going to be your, main candidate for your front line there. Your physical attacker. Second class we have the black belt, which is this guy. High damage, they can basically fight without a weapon, because they're kind of a martial artist. But they take a lot of damage, so I'm not going to use one. The thief. Limited weapons and armor. They kind of suck, to be honest. They have an upgrade later on that's pretty good called a ninja, because all of the classes in the game have upgrades. The ninja and the thief are very fast. If you're going to find yourself running from large groups of enemies, the thief is good, but with the black mage, which I am going to be using, that's not going to be necessary, and here's why. The black mage, as you may be able to tell from the name, is kind of the physical, the magic user. It's going to be kind of your main damage dealer. It's going to be crowd control. It has a lot of spells that target all enemies on the field, on the enemy side there, and it's going to help you wipe out crowds of weaker enemies. So they're very good. And your old-fashioned white mage, just kind of your cleric, healer. They can cast some magics that are extremely deadly to undead enemies, which is also going to be useful. And finally we have the red mage. Now, the red mage in this game is kind of your jack of all trades. They are fair with weaponry and armory. They're kind of like the fighter, and they can equip a lot of heavier equipment. They can also use a wide array of magic. Now, the reason I don't like them, or their cons, for example, would be that they can't they don't have full mastery of any particular, class, right? So they're not, super good with swords and weaponry, and they're not super good with magic. One example is there are 8 levels of magic in the game, and they can't use the 8th level, and they can't use some of the weaker spells that only white and black magic can use. The con, I guess, of the white and black magic is that they can master it, but they can't use each other's magic. So you can't have a white mage with black magic, and you can't have a black mage with white magic. Not that that's a problem, but anyway, I'm going to start out with a fighter. I'm just going to name him, for all intents and purposes, I'll just name him... Yeah, you only get 4 letter slots this game, so you gotta kind of make it an abbreviation. And to actually... The kind of the done command for this game is you have to go over here to space. So basically I'm going to have a fighter, another fighter. I like to have 2 fighters because warriors are just the best class for the front lines. They really are. The other classes, the thief and the red mage I explained, aren't really that good. And like I said, the fighters start out with really high physical damage. They can equip a lot of different armor. A lot of really heavy, powerful armor. And they're not really going to take any damage, really at any point in the game. So, they're very nice to have. Unfortunately, there's not going to be a whole lot of action in this game, because I figured this would be kind of a tutorial episode. Sorry about that. But there will be a lot of action in the next episode. I obviously can't read. There we go. And here's the overworld. You kind of start out with a, your main sprite here. It's all your party members. You start out with your basically the person in front on top. Now, for some reason, there's a glitch in this game where if I talk to her, it'll completely freeze up my game, so I'm not going to talk to her. Anyway, firstly, you don't start out with any weapons or armor in this game, but you do start out with 400 gold. What you would want to do is you want to purchase 2 rapiers, because I have 2 warriors. That's going to be their main weapon. So let me do that. And you want to purchase not the wooden staff for the light mage, but you want to purchase the iron hammer. In this game, the staff doesn't affect their magical power at all, so you want to have them with the weapon that has the most attack possible. And finally, for the black mage, they can't equip staves, I don't think, so you want to give him the knife. Or a small knife, rather. Alright, next, we have armor. Here, you want to buy 2 chainmails for your fighters. And you want to buy cloth armor for your mages because they cannot equip wooden or chain, obviously. Those armors, as you might be able to imagine, are kind of on the heavier side. And as I said before, you know, if you played an RPG before, you know that mages, you know, not quite so heavy on the physical defense. And there's why. We want to learn Cure. Harm, Fog, and Ruse, those are their spells. Fog basically lowers your enemy's hit rates. Harm is a spell that damages only the undead for, I think it's a solid like 20 damage or so. 16 to 32. Kind of like Cure. Oh, I guess I should explain that. Cure, basically, the range of healing is 16 to 32 hit points. Yeah, I like how in this game there's only like 1 box of text for each character. It does make reading a lot faster. But I pretty much run out of time for this episode with a tutorial. So, anyway, thanks for watching. In the next episode, we're going to rescue the king's poor lost daughter. Anyway, yeah, thank you guys for watching, and this is OWTMS signing out. Yeah, have a good day.